Welcome back, guys. Puckett here with Mr. X, and we're jumping into one of the best matches you're going to see in the losers bracket. We have Denial currently going up against Optic Nation, and the game's loading up right now.
Some matchup of some losers, Puckett.
Yeah, some poor Friday. We're going to fix that here today, and we're going to open things up here with Mr. M. Bose.
Yeah, why not? Bose was crushing the last series we just did.
I gave him the MVP award.
I think him and Miracles, I think it's about right. I think if both those guys play like the way they were playing in that first series, this could be a close game. Denial, they look good. They can kill everybody. They just lose.
Now, Denial off the break, though, is opening up hot. You got Slasher 3-1. Replays also in the kill feed. And they have total control of the middle of the map here. Slasher just slaying everything that gets in his way. Here's the fire to his right, gets the assist. Nice opening here as they're going to be able to pick up 20-plus points on your first hard point. They're also setting up for the new rotation. You look at the spawns, though. All three players from Optic Nation are going to spawn up top. They will be surging forward now.
Yeah, you know, Denial, they come out and play like this, Chris. It's going to be an ugly series, I think, for Optic Nation. I mean, Denial's a team that when they're clicking, and I don't want to say clicking like they're all playing hot, because these guys are pretty consistent in the slugging department, right? Like,
yeah.
Slasher, Temp, Hook, they never really have bad games. It's just sometimes they just, like, forget about the objective or just kind of give away S&Ds. But when they're playing like this and they're clicking to the point that, you know, the OBJ work is getting done, they're picking up the kills, and they're right up there with FaZe and Optic.
I don't know about you guys, but I just watched Hook do a full lap around the map. No, these guys definitely, you saw them finish second at the most recent LAN. They've been performing well, but then they struggle randomly at times. And I think yesterday was one of those random times against Epsilon. It wasn't the Denial we're used to seeing, and it was definitely not the replays we're used to watching. He had a very rough day one, but I talked to him earlier on the main stage. He said, I shot 2,000 bots last night, Puckett. My shot's warm. I'm ready to go today.
It's a lot of bots. I mean, he's not going to need to get 2,000 kills today. If he does, they would probably go on to win the event. Slasher starting off 13-3. You know, huge start from 68-8. Not a pretty score through 3 hills. Optic Nation has not broken 10 points.
Yeah, 8 points after 2 minutes, you're going to have a bad time. Hook just laying down. No one even seen by Hook right now, and that's just a testament to what Slasher and the rest of the boys were doing out front. Hook has to do some damage now, though, as Moch will finally break in. And while we talk about Slasher's 15-5, you look over at Moch, he's the guy you're looking to cancel out with the bow. Sitting at 2-12, honestly, Moch has not been the Moch that I'm used to.
Yeah, some
throughout
shaky
this tournament.
shots there. And this is going to be a hard matchup for Moch, right? I mean, Temp and Slasher, two of the best ARs in Call of Duty. He's going up against them. You know, he takes out one. He's going to have the other one right there, you know, firing down at him. I think for them to win this series, he's got to go big or even get that secondary AR going. But Slasher 18-5. It's going to be almost an 100-point lead for Denial going up top. If they win this hill, it's going to be almost impossible for Optic Nation to come back.
Temp sticking with the ASM1 throughout most of this game, and I think we'll see that throughout most of the tournament, but you said it. He is one of the most versatile players. The AR in his hand is just as deadly as Slasher's. In that fight, though, he is going to get dropped real quick. That was Moch doing the damage. So Moch starting to heat up a little bit with his shot. Replays, though, in a great position, and he's going to take out 2 before falling. 3 dead for Nation, and Hook is on the flank once again. I love this playstyle for Denial. You have Slasher in your face. You have Temp always pushing you with the ASM1, and Hook's able just to run around the map, do whatever he wants.
And he's just annoying to play against. Like, I can imagine he's, you know, you think you're going to break the hill, and he comes from behind and just picks up a 2-piece. And I think the reason he's so consistent is because look at the gun battles that he's fighting when we're on board with him. It's just always so easy. I mean, he's shooting players who don't even really have an opportunity to shoot back, just making the game easy on himself. And, you know, for such a young player to have such natural instincts about just how to play FPS, I mean, it's just amazing to watch. I can't wait until he's like, you know, 18, 19, when we see a lot of these players really kind of like coming to their own. He's going to be filthy.
And I'm not going to lie, Kyler is good at every game he touches. Hook and I have played Rocket League together. The kid is an animal. Every game he touches, he just seems to excel. He's just got the gift. And he's showing off some of his talents, helping out Slasher. He and Temp just cleared out 4 straight players. Another kill coming in for Slasher as Hook is just providing some cover fire. And you will see, though, good spawns coming in for Nation. Ricky's going to try and anchor here from inside the hard point. 15-19, Ricky solid objective play earlier. Right now, he's leading the team in slaying, and that is not a good sign.
It's actually impressive that Ricky, Miracles, and Bose are able to be somewhat around even when you have your AR who's trying to open up those lanes, 9 and 23.
Yeah. Mbos has been sticking with the battle most of this game from what I've seen. Moch, just every single time he wants to get into a power position, shut down instantly. We take a look over at Miracles on the opposite side of the map. It's going to go back to the middle. You said this guy was arguably your MVP from the previous series on our main stage against TCM. What do you like about Miracles' game today, and what's going wrong for him so far in this one?
I mean, right now, I think if you're a player like Miracles, you're really reliant on a guy like Mochilla to open up those lanes from a distance. Because at that point, you're running in there trying to do work around the OBJ, and you're just getting picked and drilled by Slasher and Hook at Slasher and Temp at range. Then you got Hook in your face. It's a difficult situation to deal with. I think if Optic Nation's going to make this interesting, which they're starting to mount a little bit of a comeback, it's not that bad anymore as he kind of gets gifted with a 2-piece there. They're going to need Mochilla to really go big here in the second half.
Mir just picked up 3 straight kills. Miracles, one of the best players in Call of Duty for a long time, playing alongside some other veterans. You've seen Ricky since Black Ops 2 days. Same thing can be said about Mbos. Moch really making a name for himself last year, and Ghost as a breakout player, but Optic Nation looking totally different here in Side 2 than they did in the first half. I thought it was going to be another 250 to less than 100 blowout, but Optic Nation, they should be able to break 100. The question is, can they make it close? They're still trailing by 80-plus points.
Yeah, and we saw Optic Nation blow a 100-point lead yesterday. Today, could they come back on Denial and make this comeback? That would be impressive. I think if they get this third hill and then get up top, they don't have to make it all back on this third hill, just a little bit of it, and then they get up top, they can make it interesting towards the end.
Temp up top, overlooking this hard point. He's going to spot 2 players nearby. One is inside. He knows, and you notice Temp didn't just charge in and try and kill the player inside. He knows he's got to kill the protectors first. But now we're going to watch Hook inside with the ASM-1. 1 bullet in his opponent, can't finish, jumping around. A big battle is just won there by Miracles, who continues to impress here on Side 2. Another 4 streak for Miracles before falling.
And it's going to be Temp breaking the hill for Denial. He's going to be pushing straight across Pose. The last line of defense, he's going to drop. Miracles trying to push in as well, but Denial in full control of this garage hill. If they're able to hold this down, I think that's game. I mean, it would be so hard for ON to come back. This is the hill that they needed. They needed 3 and 4 on this map to try and make a comeback and make it close. And right now, it's all Denial.
There's still 30 points here, though, Matt. So I'm not counting them out yet. 2:18 still on the clock. We've seen some miracles on this map. Envy's pulled off one recently. I wonder if Optic Nation can get it going. If anything, though, you just got to close out this game strong. On the opposite side, though, you got to give so much credit to Denial. I know I've been showing a lot of Optic Nation, but we'll go back over to Slasher and crew. Slasher, 41 and 22 Temp on your screen now, 31 and 24. You got Hook and Replays playing even, with Hook doing that flank roll. It's looking pretty similar to what you see when you're watching FaZe.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Slasher just picks up a huge 3-piece there, and he is on pace for a 50 bomb. He's well on pace for a 50.
And we're in a different room from Slasher, and I just heard him after that 3-piece.
ON had a great setup, though. They rotated early. They didn't give a ton of time away on Garage. And, they just got broken so fast by one player. You can't let that happen.
Oh, my goodness. All right, Slasher hanging out, waiting for the push. It's going to be Ricky taken out on the A Street. Now he's going to find a second. Won't be able to finish that one. Temp pushing up top. He's going to have Mochilla inside the hard point to worry about. A player to his left as well. Takes 2 players out. That's going to open up the door for Hook on the flank. This kill will secure the final 10 points. And you should see 250 points scored by Denial in this game. They're not going to 100-point club their opponents, but they definitely made it easy starting in the opening hard point.
Oh, it's a dominant performance from Denial. If you're ON, you're pretty scared going through these respawns, because if this team starts clicking like this, Denial, I think they're a top 3 team in the game. I think I would put them up there with Envy. I think them and Envy, that's a great matchup.
Yeah.
But I would put them right there in the conversation when FaZe, Optic, Envy.
Replays, milking that clock. 5 more points remain, and they want kills, man.
Oh, Slasher wants
playing
50.
For stats
yeah, they're letting
point.
Slasher get his 50. Then
all right, Slasher. Go get it, my friend. Here it is, the 50 bomb as he takes out Moch. 51 as he cleans up Ricky. I don't think Slasher got any single kills in this game. It's been all multi-kills. The man's shot is on point. He is fired up in this tournament.
He cannot die right there. They're just
Look at that man.
He's just dodging bullets, and I love what Replays brings to this team. You know, he's kind of like the veteran leader. Slasher, I mean, he got big during Ghosts, and then AW, he's had some good runs, but never really the leader of a squad. And then Temp and Hook, I mean, they're so young. They need somebody to kind of give them.
You just went and picked up some freshmen, added them to the varsity squad.
Yeah. I mean, you needed someone to guide them, and Replay's doing a great job of it. 30, 34. I mean, the stats don't kind of reflect what he can bring to a team.
Yeah, let's take a look at these numbers one more time, guys. Here's a look at the breakdown from game one. 250, 132, almost doubling their opponent's score overall in the game. 51 and 26, nearly a 2.0 KD. 11 caps coming in from Hook as well. Temp also involved in the captures, and Replay's doing that dirty work. Once his opponents or teammates have cleared the hill, he sits in it and collects that time. So game one is done. Up next, though, we will see Search and Destroy. Optic Nation looking really good on some of the classic maps, not so good on the DLC. Coming up next, we're going to have a classic one with Biolab.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a close one. Tonight, very good S&D team. I think Slasher, one of the better S&D players in the game, so it should be a good one.
All right, guys, don't go anywhere. Game two after this. All right, guys, the party's just beginning. We saw game one crush from Denial on Hardpoint. Now we're going into Search and Destroy that we'll find out, can Optic Nation bring it back? We're here on the Bravo stream, and we got to let the world know about it, guys. Get on Twitter, spread the word. We have an epic series on our hands.
Go outside and tell people.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are people outside that are doing nothing.
Yeah, what are they doing? Like mowing lawns and stuff on a Saturday?
I think that's what you would do.
Stop watching that blowout football game. Come watch some Call of Duty. We're going to open things up here in Search and Destroy with some nades going out early from Embos on defense. He's feeling a B push, and he's got the sniper set up to shut it down.
All I can think about when you said lawnmowers is imagine if you had a ride-on lawnmower and you were just outside watching from your iPad. That's a pretty good spot to watch Embos.
Pretty good life right there.
Yeah, that's 3 dead for Denial.
Look out for children, though.
Yeah, Hook last one alive. You'd never want to hit a child with a lawnmower. Hook making it interesting, though. Picking up 2. Going to get out into mid-bio. He actually sees one player. He's going to be able to make this 1v1. That would be crazy, considering it's be a 1v4 clutch from Hook. Not the way Optic Nation.
Oh, he's going to do it, too.
Yeah.
This is the Gray Hook, man. He doesn't mess up. Miracle's waiting up top. Embos is going to get the cut down low. And here's both players against Hook. He gets
lasting
one.
A very long
Miracle's
time.
Oh, my goodness. You see the whole team getting fired up. Even though they lost the round, they're proud of their little teammate. He's tiny. What can I say?
Yeah, I mean,
he's not a big guy.
This is as close as you can get to a 4v1. Hook almost able to clutch that one up. I think if he had an ASM1, probably would have killed Miracles there, but running with the bow in that close range. Optic Nation not making anything easy on themselves as they almost blow a 4v1 there against Hook.
But they didn't.
But they didn't.
But they didn't. So they're still in it.
They did prevail. So now we're going to go on the offensive side with Optic Nation. It's going to be Ricky with the bomb. Trying to go over towards B. Looks like they're going to play this one a little bit slower.
Ricky pushing it up through Biolab. Everyone else stalling out. You see Hook up in the Hook spot. Every time I see him on Biolab, he is always on this pole. Just chilling, waiting for the push top blue. He's got lightning fast reflexes to shoot the players down in window if he needs to. And, of course, he's got a teammate on the long flank. Let's go over to him as Hook might actually pick up a kill here on Embos. His teammate is setting up to call it out. It's replays. Communicate first, then shoot. Calls out one. Temp is going to get the other. It's just Moch and Ricky. Ricky's going to pick up one in the back, but now Moch is all alone, and he is just going to get squished. Everyone from Denial crushing in on him.
How did Optic Nation not have anyone watching the flank? Replays just ran it right behind them, destroyed their set. Hook through 2 rounds, 5 kills. Just the guy's a monster. I think he's at a point where he needs a nickname now.
Yeah?
I mean, you have King Scott, like Karma 2 Rings,
yep.
Robot. I don't know. I feel like he needs a nickname. What about Houdini? Like he's a magician.
You're onto something, Matthew. You're onto it.
Right? Houdini was a magician.
It's much better than Hula Hook is what I came up with. So I'm going Houdini.
I'm calling him Hula Hook.
Hula Hook is crushing right now. Look how he swivels his hips. All right, that was all Optic Nation right there. You're thinking about it. It's weird. Stop.
He should play with a hula hoop around his chair from now on.
I agree. Now, people in the chat right now are asking, is this MLG.TV/Bravo or MLG.TV/COD? COD Bravo.
COD Bravo.
Of course.
That's where we're at.
We knew that.
We're actually stuck in a time lapse right now. It's going to be a Hook and Denial on the defensive side.
I'm watching him. Hula Hook is going to do big things, Matt.
He's going right back up.
And I said that's a pull.
To the rock.
That is a geographic pull.
Oh, and they're just going to know exactly where he is. Going to take him off that spot right off the rip. Slash is going to trade it, though. It's going to make it a 3-on-3. Still, Temp with a nice angle will take one player out. Not going to get the guy he shot at originally.
Ooh, yeah, he is.
Oh, now he is.
Don't tell him he's not, Matt.
These rounds are going so fast.
I'm loving this. You know, we have been casting super long series. I have a feeling we're going to have a lightning fast best of 7 here.
Think so?
I hope so.
Think Denial wins this one?
Honestly, I hope so, too. Because everyone's talking about FaZe Optic, FaZe Optic. I feel like Denial is that team with the potential to upset one of them.
I feel like them and Envy have the best chances.
And I would also love to see, you know, replays, all of his teammates leave him. If he's able to take the Season 3 championship and that $60,000 or $40,000 first place, I'd be real proud of the man.
Yeah, that's a nice little shot back. The rest of his teammates, they left him.
Yo, what's up? JCap, how you doing? Over to Slasher now. Slasher has 2 players pinned at purple. First one, stunned up. It's Miracles and Ricky left alive. We'll go over to Ricky for the moment to show you his location. Miracles, on the other hand, running out by himself, will be executed. So sloppy play from Optic Nation. And it should be Slasher clutching up. As I say it, Ricky puts some shots down. Slasher escapes. Replay's watching his back.
And Optic Nation, I feel like they've had the advantage in a lot of these rounds. And some of them, they just let Denial get right back into it. Ricky, the last one alive. Figured Denial probably elects to plant this one at B. They have a great setup to do so. And Ricky is going to have to make a hero play here. He actually sees one player running away, and he might be able to do this. Puckett. Replay's going to be able to pick up the bomb. Going to run away. Not a lot of time left. You see on the minimap, obviously, we have the advantage of having COD vision. You can see Replay's going all the way over towards A. Is Ricky just going to play a sight? And he is going to run right
He's clutching this, Matt.
This would be an unbelievable clutch.
It's the great Rickster. Rickarino. Rickaruski.
This would be huge for Optic Nation if he's able to do it.
Did he
see him
didn't
on bomb? No.
He didn't see it. Replays,
he did not
he's so
see Replays
sneaky.
on bomb. That is a huge mishap for Ricky. And Replay's going to challenge this. He's in a great spot to do so.
Replay's tagging up Ricky. Ricky didn't hit a single bullet. So Ricky waiting for that full health. He knows he's got time, 30 seconds to work with here, and Replays wisely dips out. Why stay around the bomb? All you got to do is check it at about 8 seconds here. Peek it in between. And Ricky's going to lay down, waiting for him, and he is going to win the 1v2, Matthew. Big play from Ricky here, and that's actually going to give Optic Nation the lead in this game.
It's going to give him momentum, too.
All of it.
And that was a play that was caused by Replays. He was trying to rotate back to watch Slasher. I don't think they knew where Ricky was. And when he went to rotate back, Ricky popped out at the right time from the right angle. He was able to pick him off. Ricky with a huge 2v1 clutch there.
All right, we're going to go back to Hook, and I've got to give some shout-outs. We got Scorch, who says it's Hook the Nuke. We got
that's okay.
We got another one here. I've been told by TRNYY, or Turney, that he thinks it should be Hulky, or I don't know how you try and turn Hook into Hulk, but that's not going to work out for you.
It's too hard to say.
I'm sticking with Hula Hook until you got something better, Twitter.
Yeah.
Step your game up.
I can see him with like face paint on, like hula hooping.
I can't.
Miracles.
I can't see
lie.
that. I don't think it's going to happen, Matt.
Nope.
And Mirror is going to be dropped. Denial ties it back up.
You can't see it?
Face paint?
Yeah.
What kind? Like butterflies?
You know, you used to go to birthdays,
tiger,
like birthdays, and they'd have
panda.
the guy like making animal balloons and somebody
yeah.
face paint. I can see some stuff like that going on with some hula hoops.
So one last week. It was fantastic. I got a Maven haircut.
My birthday is October 1st. I'm going to have a hula hoop party, I think.
Is it really October 1st?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm going to miss your birthday.
I mean, that's fantastic.
I'm sorry, bro.
I accept your apology.
But I will celebrate your birthday at my wedding. Here we go. Replays on your screen. Screaming forward over the A-bomb site. No one there to protect. They went hard B on the defense as Optic Nation had an all-in play.
Yeah, and they're going to have a tough time defending this A-bomb site. You see Mochilli, he's going to put some shots in. One, Ricky there with the help. It looked like Denial was just going to force that one all the way through the A-bomb site and go towards B, wrap around when, I mean, if they would have just planted it A, they would have been good.
I can't believe Optic Nation was able to recover from that. That was pretty ridiculous stuff here. It looks like the Incredible Hook is another suggestion, and Hookdini, of course. They like your suggestion here.
Match him dressed as a wizard.
Yes, now that I can see. Hook dressed as a wizard. He's wearing rollerblades, of course.
He goes home from events and like puts on a robe and just casts magic in his room.
I need to remind myself this is the Season 3 championship.
For as good as Denial, for as good as Optic Nation has played, Denial's still in this, which is kind of crazy. I feel like Optic Nation, you know, they played pretty good in this S&D. They need to win this one too because they got absolutely blown out on respawn. I see that happening again, and Ricky going to be the last one alive. Looks like Denial can be able to tie this one up at 4 apiece. I think this next round decides. I think whoever wins this next round probably takes the next one as well.
Denial is laughing throughout this series.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. I did see Hook just destroy everyone. After getting the first kill, which I showed you, Temp got the second. Hook comes flying out of Biolab, long-range ASM-1 someone out in snow, and then is able to get into red and finish off that round. The man is playing ridiculous.
I mean, he just makes, like, he makes plays that you don't see other people make, and I think it's his movement. I mean, his shot is really good, but you see the way he moves around the map. It's unlike anybody else, really, in Advanced Warfare. It's just so fluid.
Spotting replays, or excuse me, Ricky across is Hook, and now you're going to see Bomb going down in the hands of replays. It's going to be up to this player up top, Ricky, to get some shots down. Both players able to exit. That was Slasher and Replays. Replays going to peek on the floor. You're going to see Embos pushing up, though. Embos fearlessly with the ASM-1 just charges up the middle, takes out Slasher, melees one. And this is ridiculous play from Optic Nation. Last man standing all of a sudden is Temp, and he is cleaned up. Embos the hero in that round.
Now, Bo's pretty quiet in this S&D, but right there, when you need him, coming up with a big play. I don't know how he stayed alive for that long. You see, now Optic Nation is laughing hysterically.
Yo, we're having a great time over here on Bravo.
Both of these teams are pretty relaxed.
Yeah.
Nobody really getting too flustered. This is a back-and-forth close game as well.
Big money difference, by the way, we should mention, if you finish top 6 versus top 8. So I would be taking this as serious as I could be, but you always talk about having a good time leads to good games. You're going to take a look. Moch setting up in Biolab. Nation knows they are on match point here. Denial has their work cut out for them.
Yeah, and if you're ON, I kind of play this a little bit slower. Try and catch Denial, who's been really aggressive on defense, trying to get a little bit too aggressive, pick up an easy first blood, but now Denial electing to play it slow. It's going to put Optic Nation behind the 8 ball here. Not a lot of time for them to work with.
We'll get Reap jumping around, or excuse me, Ricky jumping around. Replays just waiting for him. I'm going to get these two confused 18 more times. Here comes the push, though. It looks like they want to clear out B. As you see, the rotation on the minimap will go over to Temp. Is he going to spot Embos? I think he just saw a shoulder. Embos is going to cross. Temp gives up his position. And he's going to be in a 1-on-2, losing his cover if he keeps pushing forward, but he gets the kill and he gets out alive. That's a big play from Temp.
And we see so many times Optic Nation, even in the last S&D we just casted, they don't trade these kills effectively. But Bose, yet again with a big play. He's going to pick up Temp. 2 kills, though, go in favor of Denial. Looks like we're going to have a round 11 here.
And Bose is going to get one, can't get the others, and he is going to fall. Denial holding on here in game 2. The smiles are gone. Look at Hook at the far end there. The focus is back, talking to Temp. What is the play?
Well, let's see what side they're going to start on. So,
they're
Advanced Warfare obviously goes by points. Be interesting to see who
is in
the lead. It's fine. This is the mystery of it.
I'm going to go, this is going to be Optic Nation on D. Yep.
Yep. I think if you're Denial, I think you hit a bomb site fast. Maybe see Hook pull out the ASM-1, look for him to maybe make a push over towards B right away.
And look at those nades, Matt. That's not a stun. That's not a frag.
No. And they're going to go right down ice. I love this call. They're going to get super aggressive in a weird spot. Replays and Slasher picking up 2. A fantastic strat call out of the guys on Denial.
Embo's on his back heels. He's taken out. Miracle's going to get dominated. That was a 4-0 in the final round. They didn't drop a man as they ran the train down middle.
It was a great call. I mean, a lot of times in those round 11s or pivotal rounds, teams will play, you know, pretty conservative. They'll play a little bit slow, a little bit scared. Right there, Denial. You can see the veteran leadership of Replays knowing exactly what to call in that situation. Go straight down ice. All 4 players able to wipe out everyone on O end. They had no idea it was coming. And Denial, 2-0 up in this series, going into these respawns, Puckett. I don't know if Optic Nation's going to be able to come back.
That one hurts Optic Nation. They were smiling. They were feeling good after that round 9. They're like, all right, we're on game point. Can't close it out. Denial comes back and wins the games. And that's kind of the opposite of from what we saw last night. Denial was always up, and they kept letting Epsilon come back and win the game. So I like to see Denial finishing today. Up next, it is Uplink. We're taking a look at our map. Comeback is the map. Denial, they got knocked out basically on this map against Epsilon. Do they get revenge today?
I think they're so strong in the slaying department. I think they're going to get revenge against Optic Nation. I would not be surprised if this is a very fast map coming up next.
I will say, the team that has the fastest side in Uplink history from what I've cast is Optic Nation.
Really?
They blew out ISO in 1 minute and 20 seconds, I believe. They are very strong on comeback. Look for Moch to be the key player, though, if they want a victory, guys. 2 games done. Denial halfway to the victory. We'll find out will Optic Nation get their first game after this. Well, guys, we're reading your tweets. We got some good ones here for the legendary Hookster. Let's start it off, Matt. I was told that we should be calling him Hook the Duke. That one's a little bit old. Hookski from Tie9 tweets too much. What else you got?
Hook Skywalker.
Hook Skywalker.
Yeah.
It's pretty strong. Instead of Duke Nukem, Hook Jukem because of his movement.
I got then a lot of people supporting Hula Hoop.
Hook is a big... It's a crowd favorite, man.
I could see at Worlds, like 200 people show up with hula hoops, and they just spin them over their heads as Denial plays, and it's going to be Comeback Uplink coming up next.
Yes, please make that happen, guys. You know what? We're going over to Hook Nukem. And he is going to be making his way. Some people call him Hookimon, the Hookinator, the Hooklier Missile, Captain Hook. Thank you, Funky. And, of course, not the Fluke, as people say he's never a fluke.
LaHook James.
Oh, really? LaHook James is pretty solid. Big fan. Over to Slasher, though. He was the man in game number 1, and Slasher opening up even. Temp has been the one leading the charge with his bout. ASM1 has been put away. Look out, Optic Nation.
And I think, obviously, on comeback uplink, blast control, gonna be key. You see Tanal starting off, especially Temp, 4-0. Looks like he's gonna try and get a 1-point throw off.
What
and
an
it's intercepted by Bose. Bose, sometimes the stats aren't the best for ON, but always comes up with some big plays.
He's a playmaker, my friend, and here he is with at least a 1-point play. Oh my goodness, as I say it, he is shot as the ball drops out of his hand. That's frustrating, because now you're gonna see it come the opposite direction. It's not through yet, but it's so close. Big kill for Miracles, but it's gonna be Temp throwing it down for 2.
Temp sneaks by, puts in a 2-point play. See Slasher trying to lock down drone side for this Denial squad, and on a map like this, they can afford to run the 2 ARs, 2 SMGs, because Temp and Slasher are just so good at that aggressive AR.
And you're going to see Temp once again trying to lock down Glass. You see all 3 blue arrows trying to stack up in this position. Miracles was trying to sneak behind Temp. Not going to let that one happen. And he is stringing it together once again. 7-2, make it 8-2. He's got a 4.0 KD on a 4 streak at the moment. Not the best throw, but I think it should have gone through those poles as well. Temp pulling out the ASM1 player right behind him. Should be able to win this. Should be able to win this. And it looks like there's going to be a bit of a team kill as Moch will clean up Embo.
Yeah, I think Temp was just trying to get drone control and reset armor if he was going to pick it back up by banking it off of there, but nobody on his team was there in support. And now they have full map control. This could get ugly for Optic Nation. It's going to be a 4-0 lead for Denial as they get drone control and Optic Nation's base. It's one player, 4-0, and needed to go big at the drone. He doesn't even get a shot off before Replays can pick it up. It's going to be a 1-point play going in. Denial up 5-0. These respawns are not looking good for ON.
Yeah, Hookmania really threw down that 2-pointer, made it look easy. Meanwhile, it looks like we're going to see the pressure on the mini-map all inside Optic Nation's base once again. If you're Embo's, Miracles, Moch, what do you need to do to clear the lanes for Ricky?
And you're just going to need to get more AR pressure out of Moch. I mean, 3 and 8, struggled in the first respawn on Solar. You're not really going to win these games without a great AR. I mean, we've seen it throughout all Advanced Warfare. The AR players really kind of set the tone. Your SMGs are only going to be as good as your assault rifle players in this game. So you're going to need Moch to step it up, make life easier for the likes of Ricky and Bose.
Going back over to Hookmania, as he is going to be making his way. The Hook of Hazards, trying to find players. So far, pretty silent game out of Hook. Just 3 kills, Matt.
Yeah. I mean, they're still at 5-0. I mean, Optic Nation hasn't done anything in this one. They haven't really even gotten control of the drone. You're going to see it's going to be picked up by Replays, and he's going down the middle of the map.
I'll watch him.
Going to pass it over towards his teammate. I believe that was Temp going to put that one in. So, no. Oh, and really, there's nothing too much to talk about from them. They're going to throw the drone into the base of Denial. I believe Miracles is there to put it in, and a stun kill.
He was so weak, a stun did the damage. Ricky's going to fall at the goal line. Moch, the last person in position. He's going to fall. Embos gets there, but what a hold by Denial. The defense has been so strong here on the first side. They are playing from the favored side, though, here on comeback. And
I love the route.
He wants to get to that 10-point mark. Will he be able to get there? This would be 9, and he is going to fall just short. Ball does not land inside, but he's got Slasher and Temp there. Slasher picks up 1. Can he get the second? No. Great hold by Bose and Ricky.
So they get fortunate there. I mean, that looked like that was a lock to be a 2-point score, and it's going to be Ricky picking up the drone, bringing it on green side, and I think ON getting a little bit desperate. You hardly see people overextend on the green side on comeback. You're going to see all 4 dead for Optic Nation. What does Denial like to do? Are they going to pass this up to the furthest guy? I think they're just going to use this as blockers, as Replays has the drone in hand. 2 teammates go down. Slasher up in a position to make a play. Replays goes for a 1-point play, banks it off the wall. Awful shot.
That's some Doug Sensor Martin throw right there.
That was not pretty.
Sorry, Doug.
It was not pretty
I still
at all.
remember your miss. Looking over at Optic Nation, there is not a whole lot of positive things you can say about this squad other than that they were playing from a tough side, and you're optimistic about side number 2. Other things, I guess, you're seeing just it's one-sided slaying for Denial. You got 21 kills from Temp, 20 kills from Slasher. Temp, though, has been a man beast. He's the guy you got to slow down here in Game 3.
It's those ARs. You can't get any map control when you have 2 ARs, you know, playing as well as Temp and Slasher are. I mean, 21 and 11 from Temp. You got Slasher going at 20 and 15. Just 2 great performances early on.
On board with Temp to open things up. And remember, Temp didn't just get kills. He was also assisting on some of those satellite scores. He was able to put in 4 points in the first half, and he's going to help clear the way for Slasher here. Slasher going to take his time, go for the 1-point toss. Moch and Miracles were up on defense. Miracles trying to clear out his base, but this is not looking good for Nation. I'm looking at your mini-map. Embos, if he gets this kill, has a fast break down the middle. The ball, though, is going to get over the wall, or will it? He's not going to go for it, though. He's going to leave it for Ricky. It seems the plan for Optic Nation is keep the other 3 slaying. Ricky is going to be your pure objective player. Which
is what we've seen in their previous uplink games. You know, Bo's just coming around the corner pre-fire. Nobody there for Denial. Maybe got a bad call out. He's going to be able to take out Slasher. Working around Blue. Miracles going to be able to pick one up as well. Players, though, for Denial getting control of Glass. That's Temp behind enemy lines, just causing so much trouble.
Temp full red will be cleaned up. Hook trying to move this one. He's going to toss it for some time. And that's going to go for 15 seconds. You'll see the setup in Glass. 3 down for Denial. Embos, big kill there on Hook, is now going to be surging forward. Can they get top blue control and keep Denial on spawn?
You know, they get a few kills here, and they get drone. They have a real good chance of rallying this, and it's 2 big kills out of Slasher. I mean, I feel like those are the 2 names we've been saying all game long, Slasher and Temp, and those 2 just putting on a clinic here in uplink. Just fantastic plays from both of them.
How do you stop Optic Nation from scoring? Well, you killed 2 of them. You get faster on the fingers with the second melee, and then you intercept the 1-point play. They are just suffocating this Optic Nation squad. 3 minutes and 6 seconds. They haven't scored, but to be honest, at this point, they don't need to. They just got to keep slaying the way they are.
And how many teams can afford, you know, to have their 2 SMG players on comeback uplink be going negative and up 8-0?
4 teams.
There's pretty much 4 teams. I think maybe even, you know, 3 or 2 that can afford that to happen. You see, Denial puts in another 1-point play. Optic Nation seems like they're just unraveling here in the respawn game modes.
Denial is just going off right now. Slasher all up in Optic Nation. And now you're going to see him put another one on the board. This might be a 2-pointer. He goes for the safe 1-point play. Going to be taken down, but you got Temp still controlling Glass, and that's been the story of comeback so far. Denial has never lost control of this building.
They take turns pretty much. Sometimes you see Temp in Glass. As soon as Slasher spawns, he'll push up, try and lock down the spawn of Optic Nation. And, you know, they just keep rotating places. Temp's going to go for that 1-point play that we saw Slasher do, you know, 2 or 3 times. He's going to fall, but still, you see how Denial, this is like clockwork for them on this map.
Ricky goes and just tries to toss that one as far as he can, but Replays quickly scoops it up. There are 2 defenders in place. Hook's going to get one, shooting the second one. Moch will be cleaned up, and there's the score from Replays. Everything working out for Denial in this series. I'm calling this one.
Do you think they come back? All right, I was going to ask you, do you think they can come back?
I saw your question coming, Matt.
You answered it
before it even begins.
It's like telekinesis, right?
Yep, we just know each other so well. Over to Temp once again.
I think that's the word for it.
And, oh, of course it is.
Yeah.
61 kills between Temp and Slasher. Not a bad game of uplink between the 2 slaying superstars. Replays and Hook have been able to focus purely on the objective. And actually, Hook has really turned it up here with the ASM1 side 2. He had, I believe, what, 10 kills at the end of the half?
He always has games like this where you think he's going to have a bad game, and then you look at the end and it's,
nah,
he brought it back.
I just wasn't trying yet.
He's not like Scump, where, you know, Scump is just going to have 1 massive spree during a game and the 2 massive sprees during a game. He's just going to go off. Hook spawns up, 2 streak, 3 streak, spawns up, 2 streak, 3 streak. It's like little just kind of waves throughout the game. It's just really impressive to see how consistent he can be. See Ricky put in a 2-point play,
yeah,
but
they're going for single tosses here. You're down by 12. That's not going to cut it.
Yeah, not enough. And I don't even think there's enough time, even with drone respawn, 3 plays with an interception. So
What is that? Four interceptions? 3 interceptions we've seen throughout this game?
Yeah, a lot of them actually in this one. It's going to be Denial taking this one. Just don't know the final score yet, and they're 1 map away. I think they put it away on this next map.
I'd love to see Denial's faces at the end of this game because I guarantee it is 4 smiles. They are laughing at how easy this game 3 was. They crushed from the first moments. Same thing that happened on Hardpoint.
And we talked about, you know, Tim's going to finish this off on a 7 streak, putting up 40 kills and comeback uplink. But, you know, Bo's talked a little bit about those DLC maps before. This next one that's going to be started up, it's going to be a compound Hardpoint. And with the way these guys are shooting on Denial, that one could get scary.
All right, man. So 3 games done, and there's a look at your final scoreboard. We'll see you on the other side for game number 4. All right, it's been all Denial so far, and going into game 4, I'm expecting a nuclear detonation here, Matthew.
Yeah, I mean, he's... I don't know what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I had an idea, and then I thought about it, and then I was like, you know what, let's just talk about Compound Hardpoint.
Yeah, it's a map. It's a new one. Came with the DLC. I honestly love watching it.
It's really fast-paced. I like it.
It's kind of hard to follow for some of the newer viewers because there's so much chaos on this map, but basically you need hill 3, you need hill 4, and it's going to come back around. You need to do the same thing twice, and if you can lock down those 2 hard points, you're basically guaranteed to win. It's all about the early control, though, I feel, and a lot of times you're going to see 3 ASM1s come out, and then they'll switch it up to 2 Vals if needed.
Owens, I don't want to say they've been dominating the first 3 maps, but at least in the respawns, it's been all Denial. Do you give them a fighting chance?
How do you say it hasn't been domination? That search and destroy was very close. It went to round 11. Owen choked it, right?
Yeah.
But
the respawns
have just been, I don't know. I feel like it's a boxing match without arms.
It's a tough one. I mean,
no, at least the first
you really needed Moch to go huge in these, and you needed a secondary AR to kind of play good as well. And they haven't really gotten that so far in this series. I mean, maybe it starts to change here, but it's going to be a big mountain to climb. They're going to come back and win this series versus now.
Well, the good news is you got Moch heating up, right? He's 5-5, staying even. But Miracle's the other guy you're relying on, is off to a really slow start. Replay just dominates him there. Excuse me, that was Temp dominating them with that ASM1. Replay's just sitting pretty in the hard point. He's got so much cover around the map, doesn't need to worry about anything. He knows the pressure's coming from the left, and you can see Optic Nation is stacking up. This is going to make it really easy to defend, and Slasher has already taken out 2 of the 3 players.
And you're seeing all the kills in the kill feed, you know, for that short period of time going Denial's way. ON can't get anywhere near the hill until there's 20 seconds left on it. Hook just putting on the moves, not able to finish off that second player. No, this is one that if you are ON, you need to get off to a hot start. And they're starting to get good play from Mochilla.
Yep.
And now the aggressive sub is kind of gone. You wasted a few good games out of Miracles. You can't ask, you know, it would be nice to have both clicking at the same time. But they were just both up and down. Now you're getting one, you're losing the other. It's just a tough predicament for ON.
And I feel like this is a totally different ON than what we saw last match on our main stage.
Oh, yeah, against TCM.
They were looking so good as a 4-man roster. You saw Embos and Miracles taking off, just going huge. Moch didn't have the biggest series there, but the other 2 were just totally carrying this squad. Now you look at the stats, and it's like, who's keeping up with Denial? Only Moch at this point. You need more slang.
Yeah, for ON to win this series or, you know, have won this series, depending on how you view the rest of this map going, you know, they needed 1 or 2 players for Denial to have off games, and then they needed, you know, everyone to play pretty much how they played against TCM in the slaying department. I'm really just looking at Bose and Mir, and they played pretty well, Bose and Mir. I mean, their stats have been, you know, as good as they can for 2 SMGs. You know, Bose running on and off, but trying to push hills alone and without really great AR support.
And I have to say, I've been really impressed with Ricky's movement. He's juked out a few players in some one-on-ones, but overall, this has just been the Denial show. We'll go back over to Hook and the boys as you have Slasher already 18 kills. We're not even 4 minutes through this game. He is on pace for another 50 bomb.
Yeah, he might actually get it. I mean, this is a map that goes so fast. He may actually get to that 50, but ON making a little bit of a comeback. They got control of that hill early, trying to make this a game. I think if they get 3 and 4 on the next rotation, we could see it go down to the wire, potentially, depending on how the first 2 hills go. But you know, they're going to need a lot more slaying to keep it up here. I mean, you see, they get control, and then Denial breaks it pretty easy.
Hoop trying to bust back in. Optic Nation going to send 3 at him. Replays is there to support, though, and there's the easy double. He lines them up. Triple now. Looking for the 4th and 5th. There's 2 more players spawning up in front of him, and he will be cut down out of the sky. It's Ricky trying to push forward to the next hard point, and he will get inside, but the real pressure is going to be on his teammates, and you look at the mini-map, no one spawning near him to support.
Yeah, he's going to get swarmed by players of Denial. 2 kills go in favor of them in the kill feed, make it 3, and they're going to be able to take control of this hill. Miracles trying to fight it off with a teammate. They're going to be able to do so, but nope. They can hold this bucket. They can bring themselves right back into this game. Then it's a toss-up. I think if you're Optic Nation, you can get this to, you know, somewhere within 5 to 10 points. You got to be really happy with yourselves at the end of this first half.
Mir's got 30 points remaining on this hard point, and you look at it, this is a 20-point game. So a really slow start, but they're starting to find their groove. Optic Nation losing control. Embo's trying to rotate around the back end while his teammate hits the front side, and both will be cleaned up. So great hold from Replays and Slasher. They will be set up to milk this clock. Again, it's Denial pulling away. We've reached the halfway point, and it's a 40-point difference between these 2 squads.
And I think that's something that Optic Nation probably in their, you know, comms shouldn't feel too bad about. I mean, with the way they played, they got off to a really slow start. Now, they get off to a little better start, have a better hold on that 4th hard point. This is a about even game, so Optic Nation, depending on if they can keep themselves composed, can definitely come back in this one.
Slasher getting a big kill, but there's Ricky there to back up Mochilla. Ricky gonna fall over to Moch. Moch coming off spawn, getting right back in the action with the bow. He's been playing pretty solid with the ASM1 as well, switching it up for all the other hills. And you'll see Embos try and break through. He knows there's a protector, gets one. Now he's gonna go for the players inside, and Hook just melted him.
he kills so fast. I mean, there's a lot of times where I watch Scump, and I feel like Scump kills people faster than anybody. I mean,
right.
I go home and I play, and I'm like, I don't kill people that fast, and I'm not missing that much. Hook, he's the same way. I mean, he kills so fast.
I don't kill people that fast either, but I am missing a lot. Looking at Hook, though, 20 and 23, not his strongest game, but you have to look at the captures. It's kind of similar to Solar, where he's going to do some of that objective work. He's going to go on some flanks. Then he'll let replays take over the hard point, and then you'll see Slasher and Temp just continue to slay. Slasher plus 10, Temp plus 5, and he's going to add some more as the pressure comes in. Miracles and Embo's trying to find a way to get on top of this roof.
And it seems like Denial's figured out kind of their dilemma. I always thought it was, who was going to be the AR, Temp or Slasher, and sometimes, nope, they would both try and run it, go to the same spots, and it would really throw off the team. We've seen in this series Temp running a lot more of the ASM1, and it is working out. Slasher's able to go back to that bow roll. He's putting up those big numbers like we saw him put up on FaZe, and Temp really, there hasn't been much drop-off from running that AR to the ASM1, still able to put up big numbers, and that's what helps Denial go big here.
It was a 40-point difference at the half. It's basically that same score with our final 3 minutes left on the clock. Nation winless throughout this best-of-7. This is match point for Denial. They could wrap it up right here. Optic Nation needs to break this hard point now.
And 3 kills on rotation, 1 for Denial. You see the kill feed all in their favor. Mochilla trying to fight it off for ON. He's going to get all types of stun. Players jumping directly above him. Optic Nation needs to make a big play here.
It's not happening.
It needs to happen right now. They need to break this. If they don't, I can see Denial running away and blowing this one open.
Ricky gets one, but then he gets kicked in the back of the head by Hook. So Denial, as quickly as Optic Nation breaks in, Denial takes it right back. Temp getting outside the hard point now is going to continue to surge forward. Replays hanging back with that bow, set up to just lay down fire at any heads that poke up top of those stairs. Picks up 1 second. Shouldn't have even gotten that second kill. Denial's just rolling right now.
And ON is going to play for this next hill. They're going to be relying on taking a full 60 here. They take a full 60. Nope. Let's say they get 50. They get it within 20. Then they're just playing a little bit of a crapshoot on that last hill. And, I mean, it's a viable strategy from the standpoint of, do you push that last hill, give up spawns for this one? Probably the safer way to play it is the way that ON did. But now they lose this initial fight on this 4th hill, and it does not look good.
This is the final round of a fight, and you got to go for the knockout if you're Optic Nation. And honestly, I don't think they have it in them. You look at the clock, 80 seconds remain. Your score, basically that difference, and we're going to see it tick over. Nation has to play perfect from here on out. All you have to see is a contest, and Denial should have this one locked up, Matt.
Yeah, and it's going to be Hook jumping in, contesting the hill. He's going to get in control for Denial. 10 seconds left on this one. He wins another gunfight, and this is going to be a very dominant performance from Denial in this matchup. Looks like they're going to take this one 4-0.
There we have it, my friend. 50 seconds left on the clock. A more than 50-point advantage for Denial. 4-0. They send Optic Nation home, finishing that 7th, 8th place spot.
Just too much slaying power.
Way too
on
much.
The side of Denial. I mean, look at the stats right now. I mean, still 30 seconds left. Slasher with a 40 bomb. Replays 37 and 28. 38 kills from Temp. 36 and 36 with 13 caps from Hook.
Everyone's getting a 40 bomb.
Yeah.
This is going to be Team 40.
I mean, it's realistic. I mean, only 20 seconds left. But you could have a chance where 2 or 3 players could finish with 40. They pick up some timely kills here. But
get it, Temp.
Denial, if they play like this, there's not many teams they're going to lose to.
I'm excited for Denial throughout the rest of this tournament. They will cruise through the losers bracket, as you said, if they keep it up. Slasher got it started with game number 1. He dropped 51 kills. From there, they had a nice comeback in Search and Destroy. They blew out Nation 14-1, or 14-2 on that comeback, and then they close it out with a powerful statement on comeback. A map I was honestly a little bit worried for them. 42 kills out of Slasher, plus 10 out of Temp. Replays dropping major numbers as well. Everyone going off here.
Yeah, and Bose goes 38 and 38 for ON. Really the only kind of shining light in this map for them. I mean, he played as well as you can play. for, you know, the rest of the team struggling. I mean, 37-42 from Mochilla, 28-41 from Mir. Ricky, 14 caps, but still 26-36, just not enough from ON.
And there's actually replays who dropped that +10. So props to the OBJ man showing he can slay as well. Everyone going big for Denial here on Saturday. They still have another match, though. They got to win losers 3 before they get to Championship Sunday. So we'll see how they perform throughout the rest of the evening. Matt, after watching them right now, though, you look forward to the rest of the bracket. You're going to see teams like maybe ISO fall to Optic Gaming. You might see Epsilon drop back down to the losers bracket. How far is this squad going to go?
If they play like that, I think the only teams that can beat them here are FaZe and OG. I mean, you look at the way they slay. How many teams can stack up with that? Only 2, really, I think.
Well, we're going to see another great matchup here, guys. This is one I've been looking forward to. I thought it might happen in the winners bracket. Instead, you'll see it here in the losers bracket. Elevate takes on Envy when we return.